Hey, hello investors and future investors. Welcome to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to sell calls in order to make consistent income and grow your options portfolio. Now, if you're new to options trading or you're trying to use option in order to get additional income to supplement your 9 to 5, then you stumble onto the right video. Welcome to Investment Gains. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back, investors and future investors. My name is Tim, and on this channel, I show you how I use my portfolio in order to make consistent income. Now, for today's option strategy, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to sell calls in order to make consistent income and grow your options portfolio. So, you guys know how we do. We're going to go and get down and dirty with options. For today's option strategy, we're going to be using none other than SoFi Technology, ticker SOFI. So in order for us to get started, let's go ahead and we're going to hit trade SoFi options to the bottom. Now, when selling calls, you need to make sure, firstly, that it says sell. I do understand that goes without saying, but you really need to highlight that. On this channel, we focus heavily on selling options in order for us to get a premium right away. This premium that we receive allows us to grow our portfolio. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to sell calls if you have a small account portfolio, and also to sell call if you have a small account portfolio and you want to trade the bigger stocks. I will show you a hack how to do this. So we're going to go ahead to sell and call, and now we're going to choose our expiration date. Now, because this is a very low share price stock, I'm going to leave the expiration date as January 24th, which gives us 4 days to expiration. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose my strike price. You can see strike price to the top here. The strike price I will be going with is going to be the 17.5 strike price, and that's going to give me a chance of profitability of around 82.95%, or let's just round it off to 83%. Now, with a 17.5 strike price and an 83% chance of profitability, I will be receiving a premium. That premium I will be receiving is going to be 0.14 or $14. Each option contract is multiplied by 100 shares. So 0.14 multiplied by 100 shares is going to give you $14. Let's go ahead. We're going to click into it. And as you can see to the top here, the covered call option strategy. If you were to do this strategy and it does not say covered call option strategy, then you're doing it wrong. Please go ahead and review this video. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit continue in order for me to show you this entire trade. Now, one of the key factors for you to go ahead and do a covered call option strategy is that you must first own 100 shares of the stock, or very importantly, you must be able to control 100 shares of the stock. For this part of the video, I'm going to show you what happens if you own 100 shares. Later in the video, I'm going to show you the hack where you're now able to control 100 shares and do the exact same strategy. So if you were to own 100 shares of SoFi right now, you would have to pay $16.86 multiplied by 100 shares. So that's going to put you in the hole for $1,686. Now, here's one thing I don't like about trading with a small account and the options that are available to you. No pun intended. If you spend around $1,700 in order to buy 100 shares and you're only making a return of $14, that's not a very good return in my opinion, because if you divide 14 by your 16, let's say $1,700 right here, then you're going to notice that you're going to be getting a less than 1% return. Now, I know the struggles of growing a small account because I too grew a small account from $300 all the way up. So a 1% return is not going to be good for me. Now, once you're trading with a small account portfolio, you will need to take a few risks, but it does not mean you have to take unnecessary risk. So this trade would not be good for me. However, if you're new to option trading, then you need to stick to this option strategy, make your $14 every single week over week, and grow your small account portfolio in a consistent manner. Now, if you're like me and you do want to grow your portfolio consistently and you don't mind taking a little bit of risk, then you should continue with this video. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you a hack. So right before we get into that hack, let me show you how this trade should play out. Now, from expiration date of January 24th, what you want is you want SoFi Technologies to be below your strike price right here of 17.25. If that happens, then you get to keep your $14 of premium. That's what's going to help grow your account. And now your 100 shares are going to be released back to you. And now you could go ahead and do this option strategy again until you're assigned. Assigned just means that you're going to be forced to sell your 100 shares. Now, the other way this trade could go, come once again, January 24th, if SoFi is trading at any price above your 17.5 strike price, then once again, you get to keep your option premium. Now, this option strategy, I like to refer to it as a win-win option strategy because it doesn't matter how it goes, you always keep winning. So whether the trade goes above 17.5 or below 17.5, your premium is yours to keep no matter what. Now, if it is above 17.5, then now you're forced to sell your 100 shares of the stock. Now, remember, you did buy your 100 shares of the stock at around $16.91. Let's just say $1,700. But now you're forced to sell it at a 17.5 price point. So, in addition to the premium that you received, you're going to make what's called stock appreciation. Your stock appreciation on this is going to be your 17.5, that's your selling price, minus your buy price of, let's say, $1,700, and you're going to have a stock appreciation of $50. So your overall gain on this strategy is going to be $50 plus your $14 here, which is going to give you around $60. Now, that is a very, very good return for holding a stock for just 1 week. Remember, you are trading with an options portfolio, so you always try your best to take the small gains in order for you to last in the market until you're able to become one of the bestest investors out there. And most importantly, the reason why you're doing these particular option strategies is because you want to grow your account. Now, back to that hack I was telling you about. Now, for the hack, I'm going to show you another option strategy. So for that, we're going to be using AMD. Okay, so here we are on one of the best option stocks out there, and this is going to be AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to employ a different option strategy. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead to buy, and we're going to go ahead to call. Now we're going to choose our expiration date way further out. And for this video, we're going to go with the expiration date of January 16th, 2026, which gives us about 326 days before the expiration. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go below the current share price in order for us to choose our strike price. Now the current share price is $121.51. So if you have a small account and you were trying to pick up 100 shares of AMD right now, it would cost you about $12,000. But there's better things you could do with $12,000 instead of putting it all in one stock. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose the strike price of 115 right here. For choosing this strike price of 115, because we're going to be buying a call, we're going to have to pay for it. The amount we're going to have to pay for it is going to be $28.20. Once again, we're going to multiply that by 100 shares, which is going to give us a grand total of $2,820. So now, instead of spending $12,000 in order to own 100 shares, you could now spend around $2,800 in order to control 100 shares, which is going to allow you to do the exact same covered call strategy. So once we go ahead, we're going to click into it. And this option strategy is known as the long call or the leaps option strategy. So now that you have a leaps option strategy in your portfolio, we're going to go ahead and sell cover calls. I'm going to show you why this is a lot better, once again, in my personal opinion, to control 100 shares as opposed to buy 100 shares outright. So once again, we're going to go ahead to sell and call, and we're going to choose the exact same expiration date, which was January 24th, I believe. So now we have that, we're going to go ahead and choose our strike price. Now our strike price, once again, we're going to be choosing above the current share price, and we will be going with the strike price of 126. With the 126 strike price, we're going to have a chance of profitability of 83%. Now 83% is not bad. With the 83% chance of profitability, that's going to give us a 0.60 premium or $60. 0.60 multiplied by 100 shares. Now, you tell me, wouldn't this be a much better strategy than buying the stock outright? Now, with every single option strategy, there are risks. So make sure you know the risk of every option strategy before entering the strategy. So now, with a small account portfolio, you're now able to make $60 on a weekly basis as opposed to the previous strategy I showed you, which you're only making about $14. You do the math, you let me know in the comments below which one you think is the better option strategy. So, in order for you to sell calls and make consistent income to grow your option portfolio, you need to do two things. Number one, you need to either own 100 shares of any stock you want to trade, or number two, which is my favorite, you need to be able to control 100 shares of the stock in order to go ahead and sell calls. Once you're able to do that, any one of these strategies you decide to do, then you're able to sell consistent calls in order to make consistent premium, which is our revenue, and that is what's going to allow us to grow our portfolio over and over again. Now, thanks for making it to the end of this video. If you found this video valuable, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, hit that notification bell. What the notification bell is going to do is going to give you the heads up whenever I post a video. But most importantly, if there's anyone out there struggling to grow a small account portfolio, well, by now you know that's our specialty. Go ahead and share this video with them. And until the next video, keep pushing your investments.